Thank you so much, band, for starting us off this morning. The Stray Cat Strut. All right, taking me back.
No reference to Angelica's situation.
Right, none whatsoever. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Tiffany, and I will serve as your host today. Welcome to anyone who is new to our center. Welcome to anyone who is joining us on Zoom. We're so glad you're here. I'd like to ask everyone to please silence your cell phones, because you know how they are. They tend to announce their presence at the worst possible moment. We start every service with an acknowledgement of the native lands that we are on. Turn page. The Eureka Center for Spiritual Living acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the ancestral territory of the Waples peoples. This territory extends to the communities through most of Humboldt County, and we honor the Waples peoples today. Oh. Thank you, everyone. Now, some of you may have noticed that a few members of our A-team are missing today. First of all, and this is kind of a minor detail, I will be pinch hitting for Scott today. He's a power hitter while I am just a left-hander who doesn't have a great batting average, but I'm willing to step in. More importantly, our fearless team leader, Reverend Angelica, is not with us today because she is on the DL, or the injured reserve, as we like to call it. She has injured her shoulder. Well, no, we are sending her perfect health. So let's try and just go to what it's going to look like when it's all healed up. And just imagine that that's happened today. Because that's what we do here. We are a powerful manifesting community, and I think maybe one of the hard parts for Angelica in this situation is being a person who's receiving the help and the good wishes from other people. I think if I was to, think about what she's like, I would say that she's a really good caregiver, but a care receiver is perhaps a little bit more challenging. So she's watching on Zoom today. She's joining us on Zoom. And so if you are able, I would love it if everybody could scooch in a little bit, send her some hearts, blow her some kisses, let her know that we are here and she can see us. So would anybody mind joining me in doing that? Mwah! Yeah, if you can face that direction, she can actually see you. Yay! Thank you so much, everybody. I think that's the kind of thing she's going to get a really good giggle out of, so thank you for doing that. So who did we get to stand in for Reverend Angelica? Well, who could we possibly get? We need somebody with a long history of with the church, dating back to, its origins and then today. So our very own Rick St. Charles will not only be playing in the band today, but giving our message as well. So today we're going to start with the song, I'm Stepping Out. I don't see Donna. Has anyone else been elected to lead the songs? Okay. Whoa, way outside my wheelhouse.
Very smooth, huh? All right.
Stepping out into a world of possibility. I'm stepping out into a whole Really? Okay. All right. So we're going to do our opening affirmation, and I would invite you, when we get to the part where you say something on your own, to turn to somebody and say, "Good morning, lovely." All right? So we are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. Good morning. There it is. Okay. So here is this week's lineup of classes and events and gatherings and all of the things that we're doing. I want to point out one thing to you that's a little bit different this week, and that is we have our final class on this thing called You, the Ernest Holmes book, and it's called Infinite You as the Universe. And so usually what happens is the morning class meets here. What we're doing this week, because of Angelica's being indisposed, temporarily indisposed, we're going to do both the morning and the evening class on Zoom. And as you know, if you go to our website, it's that Zoom link for the service. So it isn't that you need a code or a password or a phone number or anything. It's just there's one link there for Zoom. So we make it really simple. So I hope everyone who can, who's taking that class, will join us on Zoom either in the morning or in the evening. There's also a lot going on this week, but you will see Friday and Saturday, party on. All right. So the men's group, oh man. It like went, there we go. Okay. So if you could see behind me, oops. Okay, all right, okay. So now they've moved me. I'm frozen. No, wait, there I go. Woo! Okay. These are the 2 dates that the men's group is meeting in July. Can you believe July is upon us, right? So it's here. And these are the 2 dates. Be sure and save those Saturdays if you go to the men's group or want to check it out. We have a special guest joining us next week to give the message. And she is such an overachiever. She cares so deeply about this congregation that she's here already. So our very own Karen Blakely is here with us from Grass Valley, enjoying the cooler temps. And we also have sun for you this weekend. Yeah, Friday was gloomy. You picked well, girlfriend. So she's going to be giving the message on July 6th, so next Sunday. And then after that, we are having a barbecue and a potluck on the grass outside. If you want to wear red, white, and blue, you're invited to do that. And we're just going to have a grand old time.
We also have a special musical presentation.
There is also a special...
Featuring the band and anyone else who cares to join.
There is a special musical presentation
Donna will be leading.
that Donna will be leading, involving the band and anyone else who would like to join. Especially Anna. I feel like I'm being fed lines by Jeff this morning. It's very helpful. Thank you. Also, Lorna's class will be meeting the third week of the month on Friday. So that's coming up in July as well. And we have 3 practitioners here with us this morning. I saw Edward, I saw Michelle, and Susan. So if you would like to talk to a practitioner after the service, learn more about our philosophy, get support on something that's going on in your life, they are here. Also, Karen is a practitioner as well. So there you go, 4. Next month, the Centers for Spiritual Living will be gathering in Canada for their yearly retreat. And our little pantry always needs feeding. So next time you do your grocery shopping, I know mine needs to be done since I'll get paid on the 1st. So I will be bringing a few things from Winco because, you know, it always just makes me feel good to help feed the pantry. Okay, and our theme for this week, which you're just going to have to believe me about, is Traveling Light. So now we're going to do another song with no Donna, no slide, no nothing. I didn't even know the words to this song. I know the name of this song. This one is Into My Heart.
Just follow along, it'll be.
Yeah, follow Jeff Jackson. Now we have our moment of peace with Edward.
Hi, good morning, everyone. For those of us that are new here, and there's a few, the moment of peace is when we read a little something, we contemplate and meditate on whatever is read, and then Jackson sings us in to a contemplative prayer, which is what we call treatment. And then Jackson sings us into our guest speaker, who happens to be today someone who I have the utmost respect for and love for in my heart, and that's Rick St. Charles. Yeah. First, I wanted to say that, good health and lots of love to Reverend Angelica. We miss you, but we know that you're here in spirit. And in that vein, I'm going to read today from her prolific writing from June 23rd, Friday Message. It's something that touched me deeply because I made the mistake of watching the news, and sometimes the news can be a little depressing, to say the least. But I have to sit and meditate and flip the switch. And being a nurse, when I go to the hospital, I really have to do that. So I found this to be very uplifting. It says, "Dear beloveds, this morning I was treating for divine right order in our country. And suddenly my mind asked, what if it's already in divine right order? That made me stop and think. Then my mind reminded me that day after day something happens that makes me crazy. And boy, does it. So I sat with that question, what if it's already in divine right order? If all is divine energy, as I teach and know in my heart, then nothing can be outside of the infinite. But divine right order doesn't always mean the kind of order I personally prefer. It doesn't mean everything looks neat and tidy on the surface. It doesn't mean we won't feel frustrated or concerned. It means that beneath the turbulence, life is moving, always seeking to express greater love, greater wisdom, greater harmony. Divine right order is not passive. It is a dynamic unfolding, and we are called to participate in it, to hold a higher vision, to speak truth with love, to remember that even apparent chaos can be the soil for new growth.
Amen.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Yes, we are the face of God. Speaking in the first person, I know that what this philosophy teaches is that there is but one energy. There is but one life force. There's one quantum field. There's one God. And that is the fabric of the universe. It is from that cloth that we are all cut, that we are all a part of that divine energy, that we have that same divine talent for creation, for love, for forgiveness, for all of the attributes that God possesses. We are creative individuals, and we know that even in the darkest times, we build a draft for the future. And the first draft may not look so great, but we tweak it, and we make it to be what it is that we finally are proud of and desire. And so it is in these times. We know that we are love, love incarnate, and that underneath all of the chaos lies the spirit of love. We know that we are not separate from our brothers and sisters of other nations. We are all one. I am they, and they are me. We know that everything is in divine, perfect, right order. And we're grateful for this knowledge. We're grateful for our existence. We're grateful for the love that we know that we are capable of. We're grateful for this philosophy that teaches us how to use that love to bring peace to this world. And as I put into the laws of the universe my feelings of love and gratitude, I know that it has to spread throughout this world. I know that it cannot return to me unsatisfied. It is impossible because I command it as a divine being. I command it as an offshoot of our spirit. I command it as one of you. And together we say, and so it is.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
And with that, it is my honor and privilege to welcome to the stand here our founder, actually, of this church, or one of our founders, the incomparable Rick St. Charles.
Hello, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to be speaking today. Now, I usually have an egg timer. It's called my AAPD, my automatic audience protection device. Because if I don't have it, sometimes I lose track of time. So I'm going to use my phone. Timer. Come on. Setting it a little early, so I give myself like 2 minutes after it goes off. Start. Okay, there we go.
Two pairs of glasses on. I noticed that too.
I'm going to go through with this anyway, even though there are some spoilers in the audience. Let's see. I need my reading glasses. Where are they? Where could they be? Bree, did I leave my glasses over there? Oh, thank you, Bree. Thank you.
Glad I could help.
Anybody else want to come up here and do a gag? Okay.
No, we weren't prompted before the service, as someone might have been.
Yes. Let's see. Could I see this? Which slide is up?
It's you.
Okay, good. Good. All right. I'll let that sit there for a while. Okay. I've got a pun that is a pun on 3 words. Usually puns are a pun on 1 word. And if it's a really good pun, it'll be a pun on 2 words. This is a pun on 3 words. And when I tell it to people, they go like this. Which is what I did the first time I heard it. So I made some slides to help explain it, which Marvin will put up when I punch them up. And they'll be full screen. Okay, here's how it goes. You might recognize some of these names. Back in the Old West, Little Joe and Hoss and Adam decide that they want to start a cattle ranch. So they go to their father, Ben, and say, Dad, we want to start a cattle ranch. And Ben says, what a good idea. What are you going to call it? They go, well, we haven't thought about that. What do you think we should call it? He said, I think you should call it Focus. And they say, Focus? Why? And he says, because that's where the sun's rays meet. Okay, I can tell by the reaction. Okay, where the sun's rays meet. See, focus. Now, the next one. Now, let me tell you about this next slide. Don't bring it up yet. Angelica's been telling me about AI and how it can do anything. So I went to AI and I said, create a picture of a cattle ranch and have the big wooden beams with the entrance, and the name of the ranch is Focus, and underneath it, the subtitle is Where the Sun's Rays Meet, and underneath that, there are 3 young cowboys. 5 seconds later, here comes this picture. I go, wow, God, that's good. But the cowboys are like 6 years old, little kids. Their 10-gallon hats and their dinner plate buckles. And so I said, make the cowboys in their 20s, 30s. So that came back, and here's what came back. Look, everybody got this? Focus where the sun's rays meet? There it is. Isn't that a cool pun? I just love that. I don't know who came up with that, but hats off to them. Annie, are you here? Did it come to you? Did you get it? No. Do you get it now? No. You work on it. I told it to Annie last night. Okay. A lot of people got it. I can't hear you, Anna. You want me to get off that slide? I don't know what you want.
The sun's rays meet.
Yeah, where the sun's rays meet. They're raising cattle, get it? They're raising meat. Okay, moving on. As Johnny Carson would say, "Vamos." Okay. I looked up the definition of focus, and it had 2 nouns and 2 verbs. And I picked the second verb, which is class, to pay particular attention to. Now, I have a real hard time staying focused on tasks that I give myself. Do you remember that there was there maybe still is, not a cartoon, a comic strip in the Sunday papers called Family Circus? Yeah. And remember Billy? And his mom would say, Billy, would you go borrow a cup of sugar from so-and-so down the street? Sure, Mom. And then they would show all these dotted lines and all the things that would distract him. He'd go into dog houses, and he'd go on the swings, and he'd climb on roofs, and he'd play with sticks. And finally, he would get to the cup of sugar and come home. Or else he'd come home and forget the cup of sugar, but that's what I'm like. So, when Angelica asked me on Thursday if I would like to talk, and I said, let me sleep on it because I'm getting over a cold. And I woke up feeling much better. And she said, what would you like your topic to be? Now, Thursday, the day that she asked me, I subscribe to Daily Word from Unity. And it has a short message every day with a topic. And the topic on Thursday was focus. And I thought, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to read this. Focus. I focus on the love, life, wisdom, and abundance that are everywhere present. How many times was I told to pay attention when I was young? I know how well I pay attention, and more important, how I focus my attention will help determine my life experience. By focusing on divine life and living with joy each day, I enjoy vibrant health. Looking beyond differences and focusing on giving and receiving only love, I know harmony in relationships. Focusing on my vocational pursuits as an opportunity to use my talents in a way that will make a positive difference in people's lives, I know true abundance. In every area of life, my focus is key. I keep God at the forefront of my thinking by focusing on my divinity and how I am called to share it. And then they always end with a little Bible verse. But first, strive for the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. So, that was the focus message. About 3 weeks ago, I went to get my blood pressure checked, and it's good. But I had a question for the doctor because I thought I'm having such a hard time staying focused on the simplest things. I'm so easily distracted. Maybe I have adult attention deficit disorder. A lot of us do. And she said, well, we have counseling for that. Would you like me to set up some counseling for you? And I said, yes. So I've had 2 sessions so far. And the main thing I'm getting out of it so far is make lists and put the priority things at the top of the list and focus on those. And set a timer and turn off your phone. Don't let anything distract you. Of course, I have a little dog that wants to be fed every 5 minutes. So that's one of the things. But I've come up with things over the years to help me get focused. And one of them is, I did a painting years ago of a magnifying glass writing something in the sand. And I don't even remember what it was writing. Something like, thoughts become things. And so I thought, well, I can use that magnifying glass and make a focus card like this. Oh, no, back up one. There it is. See? Kitchen. And it hangs around my neck, and the reason it's upside down, and I always keep it right here, I'm always wearing it, and this is a fan, by the way, for when I overheat. Focus card. So I can look at it and go, oh, that's what I should be focusing on. That's it. And it really does pull me back to whatever the task is that I've set there. So when I'm wondering, and I forget, what am I supposed to be doing? So here I am forgetting. And then I look at my card. I'm looking at the card, and it says kitchen. And I think, I don't like that card. So I make another card. I'm in charge. The dining room table needs attention. So many areas of my house need attention. So I just pick one that I feel in the mood to do, because occasionally I feel in the mood to do the kitchen when I run out of dishes. So now I not only have that, but I have a bluebird. And my bluebird, see, I put there's a messy kitchen, okay? And so I put the bluebird over it and to remind me. And I can almost hear it squawking. Hey, do these dishes, get over here. So that's one of my attention getters. Now this is something I've had the longest, and I call them divine order rocks. I find nice rocks at the beach. My daughter did the upper left-hand one. And I draw a smile on it, and I put it in an area that needs attention. And what it reminds me is, I will get to this. Okay, I'm aware of it. And that really helps a lot. And so I knew I wanted to take a picture, and I walked throughout the house and garage and collected all these, because they're everywhere. Hard at work. Okay. Now, there's one more. Let's see. Here's what my fridge currently looks like. Okay, kind of messy. when Lisa was alive, she periodically said, let's take everything off the fridge and then put up new stuff. And okay, so this stuff's been up for 2 years. But there's something in the center, which I'm going to get a close-up of. It's a Divine Order angel card. Isn't that nice? I was going to bring it with, but I can't read what it says. Can you read it, Doug?
Archangel Raphael.
Raphael?
Raphael. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and I see underlying order.
Thank you. Oh, man, I didn't know you could do that. Cool, so there's a close-up. Oh, it wasn't Raphael, it was, I can't even pronounce that name. Raguel? I've never heard of him. Huh. Does he make spaghetti sauce? Okay. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. So those are my hints, prompts, I call them nudges. Okay. Oh, okay. Speaking of focus and remembering what you're doing and where you're going, let's see, I've got 2 jokes to lead into this. A minister is visiting one of her members in the hospital. His name is Ebenezer, because he's very, very concerned with money and worries about it, and he's in there with a big ulcer getting taken care of. And she says, you know, I wish you would think less about secular things like money. You should be thinking about the hereafter. And he goes, I think about the hereafter all the time. When I'm in my house, I go from one room to the other, and I think, what am I hereafter? Okay, these are 3 sisters, and these are based on 3 of my great aunts, and their names are Mary, Margaret, and Marcella. And they're quite old, and they live in the house that they were born in, and it's got 3 stories and an attic, and it's beautiful Victorian. So Mary and Margaret are playing pinochle in the living room, and Marcella is upstairs in the bathtub. And they hear Marcella call, help, help. And Mary calls out, what's the matter, honey? And she goes, I'm standing in the bathtub, but I don't know whether I'm getting in or getting out. And Mary and Marcella look at each other and roll their eyes. And Mary goes, I'll take care of her. So she starts up the stairs, and halfway up she stops. Looks confused. Looks over the banister at Marcella and says, was I going up the stairs or coming down? And Marcella goes, you're going up to see if you can help Mary. She goes, who's Mary? Our sister. Right. So she toddles up the stairs. Marcella goes, oh, God, Lord, help me that I never get that forgetful. Knock on wood. Come in. Since I was having so much fun with AI, I said, oh, that's the wrong one. I asked AI for a prayer for focus and staying centered, inspired by the principles. Here's a prayer for focus and staying centered, inspired by the principles of Centers for Spiritual Living. Oh, I want to back up a little bit. I lost this, and it's a very unique chain. I've never been able to find another like it. It's got these little clamps on it, and it's for holding shawls or something. It's a what?
It's to attach a bib.
Yeah,
A bib?
a big. So when you're eating, if you drop your.
Oh, that's what it is. A bib holder. Okay. I couldn't find it on Amazon. So I have a technique called God Knows, God Shows. And I figure God knows everything, right? And I'm one with God. So God will show me where this is. And that usually works. It's usually infallible, but this time it wasn't. I was stuck. I looked everywhere. You know, you have to move your feet. And I couldn't find it. I thought, well, it'll show up when I least expect it. You know, and I find a lot of other stuff that I said God knows and God shows 4 weeks ago. Oh, that's where this is. So I asked my Welcome Wellness group if they would pray for me to find this. And so they did. And in the group that week were Reverend Angelica and Claudia and Val Hall and myself. There were 4 of us. So they said they would. 2 hours later, I found it. And it was not in plain sight. It was under a bunch of papers, and you see I love papers, on top of a printer. So God knows, God shows is a really good technique. I urge you to use it. It makes sense. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole prayer that AI came up with, but they did follow the 5 steps of a treatment. I was very impressed. I'm going to read the realization section. The mind is used to focus only on that which is sought to manifest. Guidance is provided daily so that one shall know what to do under every circumstance. Divine intuition is clear and keen, and the flow of infinite mind is gracefully tapped. Perfect solutions are made known for the highest and best good of all concerned. Isn't that nice? And they even end with, and so it is. I mean, they really did their homework. I'll just read a few of these tips. I asked AI again, how can I stay focused? Give me some tips for staying focused. Minimize distractions. Create a dedicated workspace. Designate a specific area for focused work, free from clutter and potential interruptions. Eliminate digital distractions. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and consider using website blockers to prevent social media and other distracting sites from taking over. Reduce noise. If possible, work in a quiet environment or use noise-canceling headphones. I've actually got some of those. They're really cool. To block out distracting sounds. Take regular breaks. Schedule short breaks. Integrate short breaks into your work routine to allow your mind to rest and recharge. Step away from your work. During breaks, avoid looking at your phone or engaging in activities that require focused attention. And I'm always running to the computer and looking at the shorts on YouTube. And once I get hooked on that, it's like 2 hours goes by and I go, what? And so one of the things that my new counselor said was, set a timer. I said, this is one of my problems. I get hooked on this and I space out. She goes, set a timer to remind yourself. Have you heard of SMART goals? This was another tip. S, specific. Plan effectively with specific targets in mind. M, measurable. Track your progress and reevaluate along the way. A, attainable. Set realistic goals that are challenging but achievable. R, relevant. Ensure the goal serves a relevant purpose. And T, timely. Specify a deadline, monitor progress, and reevaluate. So, that wraps it up for me. I beat the timer. That's okay. Now I'm looking for my pen. Did I leave my pen over there? I really am looking for my pen. Oh, no, thank you, Lance. Okay. Join band. 10 steps, I might get lost. And now, to do our treatment, I would like to welcome the Reverend Karen Blakely. come on.
Let's just give him a hand. All right, so let's just take all of this into prayer together. And so we just breathe into this present moment, focused on the good that is flowing through us right here and right now. For it is all God and it is all good. And so we just rejoice in that knowingness. And just affirming that as we go out into our week this day, that we focus on the good, that we focus on the peace and the ease. And so I simply speak a word for each person in the sound of my voice, knowing that they are that divine emanation. That as we stand focused in the alignment with the divine, with the higher truth of who and whose we are, that life can do nothing but continue to unfold in greater and greater ways. And we speak a special word of blessing for our beloved Reverend Angelica, knowing that her body is in perfect right divine order, that every cell and fiber of her physical flesh body knows and reflects that beautiful, perfect spirit that she is. And so we just know ease, we know grace in this healing process, as this is a time of renewal and receiving. And so we just know in that reciprocation of giving and receiving that there is no difference, for we are all one. We call this good, and so very, very good, as we cast this forth into the law, letting it go and letting it be, knowing that sweet spirit always says, yes, beloveds, yes, yes, and yes. And we affirm this together by saying together, and so it is. And I don't know what we do next. It's Jeff.
Hello. Speech.
You want to sing?
Yeah. Oh, no, you want a good job.
Are we on? Okay. So what's this thing about blues? You think you have to be depressed when you want to get about blues? When you sing the blues, you hear the blues, you play the blues, you feel better. It's like a release. It's kind of like if you're not doing it right if you don't have fun.
Anything else related to that?
Okay. So this is called the Release Blues. We last did this in August 2021. It was during our very on and off COVID days here. And so we had opened up twice, and we were all wearing masks, and we wanted a release. And here's what we did. Here we go.
my former congregation, they had a really strong music ministry like we do here. And when the band was really wailing, you know what they'd say? Ladies and gentlemen, we just had church. So I just want to tell you, woo, gives me the chills hearing them play like
Was
that.
it good for you?
And then I get the chills again when I see people get up and dancing. So, wow. Yeah. So now we're going to do a collection of our gifts. And I see that our ushers are ready and at the willing. So that's where we'll move to next. If you'll join me. I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses this center, all in it and beyond. And so it is. On behalf of our center, I gratefully accept these gifts today, knowing that these come into our center, they strengthen our community, and they flow out into the community and beyond. And we say together, and so it is. Thank you so much, both of you. So is there someone who would like to come up and read our community statement of inclusion? Yes, please.
Community Statement of Inclusion and Affirmation. We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, champions inner work, and creates space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocates with people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all life, remain learners and listeners so we may grow together, and understands that oneness is not sameness. We know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well.
Thank you. All right, and now to close. Oh, yes. Do you have oh, you want to lead it? Oh, my goodness. Please have at it. Come on up.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah. So if everybody will join us in a circle.
I want to point something out. If you look at the song, if you look at the lyrics, they're written in the present tense. A lot of times I hear people sing it in past tense, which the original song is, but this version is in the present tense. Okay? Okay. And yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that is meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my